Welcome back, class. So last time we studied about the clipping circuits. That how by using the diodes we can clip part of the input signals. Okay. So that was the main purpose of the clipping circuit, and we have seen different examples of the clipping circuits. That in the forward bias or the reverse bias configuration, how the input signal can be clipped. So the second topic of this chapter is clamping circuit or clamper circuit. Okay, so clamper circuit is basically a process of introducing a DC level into a signal. Okay, so we are introducing a DC level into a signal. Okay, for example, let's say we have an input signal, okay, with a peak to peak value of 20 volt. Okay, so it means we have plus 10 volt here, and this is the minus 10 volt. Okay, so that the peak to peak value is 20 volt. So now if we are choosing a clamping circuit is what? A DC level. We are introducing a DC level into a signal. Okay. So let's say here we are introducing a DC level of plus 10 volt. Okay. So what will happen with the plus 10 volt here? So with the plus 10 volt, okay, now this is plus 10. So you are introducing a plus 10 DC level. Okay. So this plus 10 plus 10, it will become plus 20, right? So this is minus 10 plus DC level plus 10, so it will become 0. Okay, so now our output signal, okay, it will be oscillating, okay, swinging around 0 to plus 20. Okay, like this is 0 and this could be, okay, the 20 or minus 20, whatever you say, or like in the positive side you can say that like this is my signal now, like this is the 0 level and this is the plus 20 level. First it was oscillating between minus 10 and 10. Okay, first my signal was oscillating between minus 10 and 10. Okay, now my signal will be oscillating between 0 and plus 20. Okay, so we have actually shifted the reference level of the signal, okay, from 0 volt, okay, here the reference level has become plus 10 volt. Okay, now the signal is oscillating around plus 10 volt with a swing of 0 to 20 volt. Okay, so the DC level has been introduced to the signal. So this process is called clamping. So there are different kinds of clamping circuits. So we can actually achieve this process using diodes and a capacitor in a circuit. Okay, so we need two components, a diode and a capacitor. Okay, so the first category of the clamping circuit is negative diode clamper. Okay, so the negative diode clamper, what will it do? It will introduce a negative DC bias voltage. Okay, it will introduce a negative DC voltage. How? Let's see. For example, let's say this is our input signal. Okay, let's consider a signal with a value of, let's say I'm just drawing the first cycle here. So this is plus 10 volt, okay, and this is minus 10 volt. Okay, this is my input signal. Okay, now let's see what will happen. So in the circuit we have a capacitor and we have a diode. So this is the positive terminal of the capacitor and this is the negative anode or cathode of the capacitor. Okay, now what will happen? See, so during the first half, okay, let's say, so this is the input signal and this is the same input signal. Okay, let's say, let me just draw here, this is minus 10 volt. Okay, let's say this time period is T1, okay, positive cycle. Okay, so when the positive cycle, okay, this T1, okay, this positive cycle, this is coming. Okay, now for the positive cycle, so this positive cycle is coming here. So here we have positive, here we have, so positive cycle, this is the configuration. So here this is positive, this is negative. Okay, so this diode will be in forward bias. Okay, we are considering ideal diode here, okay, for the understanding. So this will be in forward bias. Forward bias means here I will have a short circuit. Okay, simple short circuit here, and we are observing the output here. Okay, this is our input signal and we are observing the output at this level. So for the positive cycle, this will be followed by short circuit. Short circuit means the output voltage is 0 volt. So for this case, my output voltage will be 0 volt. Okay. Now this is the first thing which is happening during this cycle. Okay, this is forward bias, output is 0. But for this case, a current is flowing through this. Okay, between 0 to T1, current is flowing. Okay, so this current, when the current flows through this capacitor will charge. Okay, so this capacitor will actually charge to the input peak value, up to the value of the input peak value. Okay, so this input peak value was changing from 0 and it was going to plus 10 volt. So eventually this capacitor, it will be charged to a value of 10 volt. Okay, once we reach at this point T1, at this point, till this point this is forward bias. Okay, but now this capacitor has been charged to plus 10 volt. Okay, so now let's see what is happening here. Let me redraw the circuit here. So in this case, so this was our input signal. So this capacitor has been charged to 10 volt. Okay, so basically we have got a 10 volt, okay, battery here. I'm representing this capacitor in the form of battery, and then here is our diode circuit. Okay, so here is my diode circuit, and we are observing the output here. So we have reached at this point T1. Okay, so at T1 this capacitor has been charged to 10 volts. So basically what we are having here now at the diode side, okay, so this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. Okay, so here we are having the 10 volt. Okay, so here this at this side we actually get the VB point. If we say, okay, let's say this is B, this is A point. Okay, so at T1 the VB voltage, it will be minus 10 volt. Okay, due to this capacitor polarity. Okay, now we are here. So at VA point, okay, this is also 10 volt, right? Now what is actually happening? So a node side of the capacitor is connected with the minus 10 volt. Okay, now this voltage is dropping. Okay, dropping means here we are getting, for example, 9 volt. Okay, so VA is how much? 9 volt. Okay, this is the positive side, and now actually because the minus 10 volt is connected here, and here this is negative, so basically this diode will go in forward biased. This diode will go in reverse bias condition now. Okay, reverse bias condition means now I can actually replace this diode with an open circuit. Okay, so as soon as the positive cycle is dropping, this diode will go in reverse bias, and we can replace this with an open circuit here. Remember, we are observing this output voltage. Okay, so now in this case what will be the output voltage? Okay, here we are having the input. So if we just write the KVL here, KVL equation, so it will be minus plus VI. Let's say this is the capacitor voltage. Okay, VC, so plus minus it will be minus VC, plus minus V out, it will be equal to 0, or V out, it will be equal to VI minus VC. Okay, input minus VC value. Okay, so let's say at this point, at this interval, what is the input value? At this interval, input value is 9 volt. What is the VC value? VC value is 10 volt. Output will be 9 minus 10 minus 1 volt. So at this point, at this time interval, my output here, it will be minus 10 volt. Okay, this point. Okay, let's say here we have reached the value of 5 volt. So in this case output will be, input is 5, this is capacitor constantly charged. So this is an open circuit. So now this is an open circuit means this capacitor is not discharging. Okay, capacitor will discharge when there is a flow of current. So this is an open circuit, so this is basically acting as a constant 10 volt DC source here. Okay, So its value is remain constant until we are reverse bias region. So 5 minus 10, it will be minus 5. Okay. So till this point we will get minus 5 here. Okay. And here we get 0. So 0 minus 10, it will be minus 10 volt. So here we will reach the value of minus 10. Now this is negative cycle is coming. So for this cycle also this diode is in reverse bias. Okay. So let's say this is minus 5, minus 5, minus 10, minus 15. This value is minus 10, so minus 10, minus 10, minus 20. Okay, so basically what is happening here? For the positive cycle here, my diode was working in forward bias, so this was the 0 volt. And for this cycle, okay, for this cycle, okay, from here till it will reach to this point, between T1 to T2, this diode is in reverse bias, so we have an open circuit here. So now my output waveform will go to minus 20 volt. Okay, so now what is the output here? Output here is minus 20 volt. Okay, now this cycle is starting from this side. Okay, still our diode in. Okay, so here we get the minus 20 volt. Now for the next cycle, what will be happening? Okay, for every interval, okay, for each interval, okay, my output voltage will be equal to Vi minus Vc. So again this cycle is starting, so we are in the negative region, minus 10 volts. So this diode is in. Now what is actually happening here? Okay, minus 10, this will be minus 20, so here again minus 9, minus 9, minus 10, minus 19, so I am here. Okay, till I reach 0 here, so at 0, okay, I will reach at the level of minus 10 here, because 0 minus 10 is minus 10 volt. Now the positive cycle is starting. Okay, now for the positive cycle, now what is actually happening here? So for the positive cycle, so here I have minus 10 volts, so this is going to positive side. So for example plus 1 here, so plus 1 minus 10, I will get minus 9 volt. I am here minus 9 volt until I reach here at this point 10 volt. So at 10 volt, this is my input, this is capacitor minus 10, I will get 0 volt here. Okay, and then again this cycle go on. Okay, so due to the capacitor, okay, this capacitor is acting as a plus 10 volt DC source, and it will produce a negative DC voltage. Okay, it produce a negative DC voltage equal to the peak value of the input. So the peak value of the input was 10 volts. This capacitor charged at plus 10 volt, and eventually we are getting a negative DC voltage. Okay, the clamp which is going to minus 20 volt here. So this is called a negative clamper circuit. Now what will happen? Okay, this is the same details you can go for. What will happen if we just change the diode configuration? Okay, first diode configuration is this. Okay, now let's see, this is my diode configuration, and let's say my input signal is this one. Okay, my input signal is this one. So first I am having negative cycle, this is positive cycle. I am getting the negative cycle here just for the illustration purpose, so that the concept will become more clear. Okay, negative cycle means here I am having negative and here I am positive, right? So this is the negative cycle configuration, means positive is connected here and negative is connected here. So between, let's say this is T1 duration, so 0 to T1, this diode will be forward bias. Forward bias means short circuit, so output voltage will be 0, and during this capacitor will charge. Okay, this capacitor will charge, and it will reach to the peak value of the, okay, so it will be 10 volt. So here notice the polarity signs are reversed. Okay, because it's being charged because of the negative cycle. Okay, so this is positive, this is negative. Okay, so until we reach here, this capacitor has been charged with the 10 volt. Okay, now what circuit look like? So basically, if I draw this, it can look like, I can make a circuit like this. So this is 10 volt capacitor, this is my diode here. Okay, now at B point, VB, this is plus 10 volt. Okay, this is my input signal. Okay, and the input signal here, okay, it was a positive, okay, like this one. So we are going to tell this it was forward bias. Now at this point I have 10 volt here, okay, but from this side, okay, I am getting the minus 9 volt. Okay, so basically from this side I get minus 9 volt. So here capacitor has been charged with the 10 volt. Okay, so here I am having lower voltage and here I am high voltage. So this diode will go in reverse bias. Reverse bias means at this point I can actually make an open circuit here. So the output voltage, again in this case, my output voltage will be actually VI plus VC. Remember, in the earlier case, due to the direction of the charging capacitor, our output voltage was VI minus VC. So in this case, it will be Vout will be equal to VI plus, sorry, not here, Vout will be equal to VI plus VC. Okay. Now here, for example, we have minus 9 volt input. Okay, input is minus 9 volt. This is plus 10. Okay, so minus 9 plus 10, it will be plus 1 volt. So I will get plus 1 volt here. Similarly, for example, here is minus 5. Okay, so minus 5 plus 10 volt, I will get plus 5 volt here. 0 plus 10, I will get 10 volt here. So it will go 10 plus 10, 20 volt here. Okay, so now I have got a positive DC bias of 20 volt plus 10 volt here. Okay, so this diode is actually working as a positive clamper. Okay, it will introduce a positive DC voltage equal to the peak value of the input signal. So whatever the peak value of the input signal is, that DC voltage will be introduced in the signal. So that will be my output signal here. So this is the explanation of the same concept. You guys can go through this. So another third form of the clamper circuit is biased clamper circuit. Okay, for example, here we are using the positive diode clamper. So this is the positive diode clamper, okay, with the DC bias here. Okay, so this is a 5 volt DC bias here. Now what will happen? This is interesting thing. Now let's say this is our input cycle. Okay, and you are supplying the negative cycle. A negative cycle means here negative, here is positive. Okay, so the positive is coming here. But notice here, this is 5 volt battery and the negative terminal is connected here. Negative terminal is connected with the diode. Okay, so what is actually happening here? Okay, this is the minus 5 volt is connected here, constant. And from here, we are getting, for example, the start, we are getting minus 1 here. So this is minus 5, this is lower level, this is high level. Okay, so my diode will be in forward bias or reverse bias. So my diode here, it will be in reverse biased. Okay, my diode, it will be in reverse bias. Reverse bias means I have open here. So for this case, at the start, so this is reverse bias. So my output will be whatever I am having at the input. Okay, because there is no flow of current, so whatever input I am having, the same I will get at the open circuit, the maximum current. Okay, so for this part, whatever input I am having, I will get the same at the output. Okay, until I reach the level of minus 5 volt. Okay, now what is happening here? I am getting minus 5 volt and here I am getting also minus 5 volt. At the next instant, okay, I will get minus 6 here. Okay, now this is lower and this is high. So when this is happening, this diode will be changed to forward biased. Okay, forward bias means now the output voltage will be equal to this constant 5 volt. Okay, this constant minus 5 volt. Okay, now from minus 5, okay, minus 5 to minus 10, in this range, my diodes in forward biased and my output will be equal to minus 5 volts, the constant, this voltage level here. I have reached this point. Now this voltage Now when it is in forward bias, so this capacitor is charging, right? So this capacitor will charge, okay, with the value of, this capacitor will charge with the value of what? Here the capacitor will charge with the value of 5 volt, okay, because this diodes is only forward bias in this region. So we have minus 5 volt drop here, so this capacitor will charge 5 volt. Okay, so eventually again, okay, now for the next cycle, like from minus 5 until we reach the value of plus 10 volt, okay, now the diode is in forward biased, okay, but this capacitor has been charged, so my output will be for the positive clamper is Vi plus Vc. Okay, so whatever input I am getting here, for example here, for example I am getting minus 9, so minus 9 plus 5, so this will be minus 4. Okay, so here at this level I will get a value of minus 4 here. Okay, for example this is 0, so 0 plus 5, at this instance I will get plus 5 volt here. Okay, so I have reached this level. So once I reach 10 volt, so 10 plus 5 will be 15 volt. So I will reach the value of the 15 volt. Okay, so compare these two waveforms. When I am not using any bias source, so initially I get 0, but eventually I get this waveform. Okay, with the introduced DC voltage level of the peak value of the input. Okay, I am going to 20 here. But when I introduce a clamping, okay, DC clamping level here, okay, now, okay, my maximum DC level introduced is basically equal to this value. Okay, if for example the voltage is 10, so 10 minus 5, it will be 10. So if and initially we are not getting 0 volt here, we are getting the input, and then it will go on like this one. But there is one important thing here that we learned about the clamping operations, okay, but we are using the capacitors here, okay. So but for the basic operation of the clamping, okay, so whenever the capacitor is involved, we have to deal with the charging time and discharging time of the capacitor. Okay, so for example, let's say this is the negative diode clamper. So in the first case, for example, the capacitor is charging, so the capacitor will be charging with the time constant, and the time constant of the capacitor is basically product of the resistance and the capacitance value. Okay, so here the charging time constant of this capacitor, it will be equal to the diode internal resistance multiplied with this capacitor value. So internal diode resistance multiplied with this capacitor value. This is the charging time of the capacitor. Okay, for the ideal capacitor, the diode internal resistance is usually 0 ohm. It means my charging time will be equal to 0. 0 means the capacitor will be charged instantly. Okay, so this is the charging time. Now when the open circuit is happening, at that time capacitor will discharge. Okay, so that will be the flow of the current here. So in this case, discharging time, it will be now the product of the resistance through which the capacitor is discharging multiplied with the capacitor value. So discharging time is the capacitor value multiplied with the resistance through which the capacitor is discharging. Okay, so this will be a typical value, some specific value. So to operate the clamper, okay, your discharging time, okay, should be much higher than the charging time of the capacitor. Okay, so TD must be much greater than the charging time of the capacitor. Okay, that is the first. The second condition is that whatever the input signal we are having, for example, we have a sine wave here. So sine wave, we know that this is the time period of the one cycle, and this is equal to 1 over f. Okay, so basically the input time period, okay, must be greater than the charging time constant and must be smaller than the discharging time constant. Okay, that the input time period must be greater than the charging time. Okay, so that the capacitor can discharge, and should be less than the discharging time, so that we have the sufficient time for the charging and discharging of the capacitors. So these are the two conditions. Okay, and if your clamper circuit is meeting these two conditions, we can use that circuit for the clamping operation. Otherwise we cannot use that. Okay, so this is one example that determines the output for the input of 1 kilohertz for this circuit. So we will solve this example during the live session. Okay, thank you very much for your time.